it, Brian. Suck my nuts. The deck. Yeah. See that, Brian? You wanna yoga me? Suck it. This is me beating Brian Weissman at the deck. Right here. I'm sucking it right now. Oh, what? No! No! Ah, I hate you, Donald! Ah! Oh, you good! Ah! Suck it! Ah!
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.
Welcome back, guys. Happy holidays. Yeah. I've been trying to beat Brian Weissman in so many things. Let me tell you something to start this video off. I have been trying to beat Brian Weissman as a goal in the following things: the deck, Street Fighter, Alpha 40. Doesn't matter. Disc golf. It doesn't matter what I do against Brian Weissman. The only thing that I have found that I can beat him in is a sprint in the Swiss Alps. Yes, we had a sprint in the Swiss Alps. I will put a video of that here soon to troll his ass because I beat him with rubber slippers on. And he said, oh, no. You're not going to beat me. There's no way. He's wearing tennis shoes. And I beat him by thinnest of margins. Steve Menendian is my witness. It's on video. You guys will see. All right. So this is the top 10. I think the top 10 cards for old school Magic, investing, things like that. You're going to want to stay and watch the entire video. This video is really important because a lot of you guys asked me the same question. What is the investable thing? What is worth buying? And what are things that you're buying? So I kind of thought about this, and obviously you got like the Black Lotuses, the Power 9, all that kind of stuff. So I think the way I thought about this entire thing is I feel like you can rank them, but at the same time, it depends on what your budget is. One of the constraints up front is, I keep saying this, and Rudy has said it, and everybody else said it who does finance videos. Make sure you have like a plan. Make sure you have your personal life in together. Don't just spend money on Magic the Gathering if you can't afford it. It's not smart, prudent, whatever synonym you want to use, to buy luxury cardboard product. What does the MTG historian do say? Oh yeah, rectangles, luxury cardboard rectangles, whatever the hell he says. Do not buy them. Do not buy them if you're not financially successful. You don't have your shit together, because when it comes down to it, the liquidity for Magic cards is not there. It's not the same. Okay. I'm not saying that Magic is not liquid. It's just not as quick of a thing. Case in point, there was a client who actually contacted me about buying a collection that we had posted. And he actually backed out, wasn't interested, part of it, because he's a financial advisor and he's used to, selling stocks or do mutual funds and just snap of a finger, it sells. It's just one button, right? It's just a trade. You get dividends, you know what's going on, there's lots of volume, lots of liquidity. The thing is, though, Magic the Gathering, I was telling the guy up front, the liquidity is very different. You're going to have to pay transaction costs anywhere from 10 to 15, 20%. Maybe taxes too, right? If you have profit on it. Right out of the gate, there's upfront cost and also time that you have for investing in Magic. So don't just buy Magic cards thinking you can just sell them, flip them, make a quick profit. Unless you have like a brand, a store, something where you have a presence that you can sell them quickly, quicker, then you're not going to be able to do that. So don't, I think a lot of people want to mimic what Rudy does, buys a lot of these boxes. And to be honest with you guys, and it'll have to be a different video, but a lot of people ask me, is buying the newer boxes like Rudy suggests, is that worth actually investing in? And the answer is, honestly, really no. Because if you do, look at the numbers that he's giving out in his little whiteboard shows. He talks about profit, percentages, right? Slow and steady wins the race. The problem is that, look at the amount of boxes in sheer capital and volume and storage and all the work you have to have just to actually have a little dent for survival in the real world. In the real world, it costs $1,000 at least plus to have rent, right? You have food, you have travel, you have parents, kids, you have the girlfriend, you have the wife, whatever. The furnace breaks. You're going to have to fix things, right? In the real world, you're going to have $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 of, let's say, magic, investing income coming in to even start out this top 10 list. So that is the fair warning, the financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. So as Rudy has said, and I'll say to you, on the bottom of this, my description, it says on every video, I am not a financial advisor. If you wish to seek one, go seek a licensed professional. All I do is I don't live with my parents and I don't live in the basement, but I pretty much everything else. All right. So let's get right into it here shortly. All right. And we're back. All right. So the top 10 investable items that I think for 2019, 2020 is, well, I would probably say shoot for the next year because this is what this video is all about. All right. So last year, 2019, as you guys know, this, current year, but, last year, we had some, like I predicted, the market for Magic has gone down about at least 20, 30, 40% on some things. 10% on some higher end stuff hasn't gone anywhere, maybe up a little bit. For example, Alpha Black Lotus BGS 9 one sold for a whopping $141,000 on PWCC auction. It's a quad plus 0.5 from 9.5. But then one sold recently, I think last couple weeks ago or November 2019 for not even 80K, like 79K. That's ridiculous. That's like a swing of like 60, 70,000, whatever. I mean, that is so ridiculous, right? But a lot of you have to understand, the economy for Magic is also condition-based and quality-based. The quality of the card that actually ended on the 141K was actually better quality than the one in terms of the actual look. So remember, when you're buying something, don't just buy the graded card, the grade and all that. Buy the quality of the card because not every card is the same. I was talking to another client the other day who wants to invest in Magic here and it's getting started. And I was like, hey, make sure you understand that there's a range of the graders, the quality. Some people think the centering, look is this. You would think, well, the centering is just the centering, but that's not how it works. Some people have a different, eye appeal, metric, the way they look at cards, the corners and edges especially. And some graders value surface as actually a lot less, and they are a lot more lenient on surface. Some are a lot more difficult and more harsh. So you've seen some crazy grades come out. So buy quality. All right, so I think the number one, I'm just gonna let's just, I'm gonna just list some stuff, and I'll probably say, I don't see the point of ranking them, if that makes sense, right? I don't see a point of ranking stuff. All right, so one area of investing that I really thought you should look into next year is Arabian Nights. I think Arabian Nights as a set has gone down quite a bit, a lot for 2019. And 2018, it rose a lot and then went down a little bit. But 2019, I've seen Arabian Nights sets plummet. And that includes just singles, reserve lists, the reserve list cards, some of the graded cards. I mean, they've plummeted. But I think in the test of time, Arabian Nights is a good buy because of the fact it is the first expansion. It is super iconic cards, easy for set collectors and investors to get into. Nostalgic, there's a lot of good factors to it. So if you get an opportunity to buy a nice Arabian Nights set with whatever budget you can afford, pick it up or add another position because Arabian Nights will always be in demand. Our number 2 is obviously Legends and also Antiquities. I'm not going to get into the sets as much. I think these 2 sets, especially Legends, like a 312 card set or 310 card set. It's so big and there's so many cards in there that the prices have just gone down and down and down. We're talking like Moat, Nether Void, Tabernacle, Pendrell Vale, Chains of Mephistopheles, All Hallows Eve, Eureka, all those cards, Vote Prejudice, all these cards and other rares in the set have just steadily dropped. Some of it, though, was due to stupid buyouts that people are trying to, like, game the system and buy, like, you know, like Stone Calendar was in the dark. But there's cards like Planar Gate. Yeah, is that right? Planar Gate in Legends. It's like a Whistle Benson did the drawing. It's like a artifact. And people are trying to buy that up. And, you know, I don't understand. I don't understand why Planar Gate would go up so crazy. Arena of the Ancient. I mean, okay. But the thing is, you got to understand, buying up a single card and hoping, just shooting little darts at a dartboard is not going to get you successful in investing Magic. You have to buy the complete portfolio. So I think Legend as a set, invest in a set or sets or multiple copies or 4 ofs, right? In different ranges of different cards in that set, I think it's a good investment. The cards have gone down quite a bit, so they're on fire sale, not fire sale, but high discounts right now. So you can find deals on eBay, a TCG Player, on even stores in general. Antiquities, number 3, I also, and again, it's not like ranking them, but Antiquities is an interesting set because it's so small, 100 cards, but cards like the Tower Strip Mine, the Winter Vicious Factory, those cards have gone down quite a bit. And like I was saying in one of my other videos, I bought a collection where I bought like a BGS9 for about $100. Winter Factory, a BGS9 Winter Factory. You might be saying, well, Dan, that's just a steal. The guy just needs the money. The thing is, though, you'll find people who will be seeing, what people do is they open up their trade binders and stuff, and they go off TCG Player, they go off eBay, and they notice that the prices are lower. And so as a trader, as an investor of things, if you go to those people now, and you can probably get those cards, trading your modern cards, trading, you know, some of the cards have gone up, right? The cards that they might have more fluidity, more liquidity to sell. Trade those cards to old school cards. You'll actually get them at a discount right now. And that's what you want. You want to think about buying and trading low, and you want to buy, you want to get that at the lower price, and then, you know, obviously getting higher prices at the older cards and sell them at a higher price. So it's a good investment when it's low. Definitely, right now, it's a great time to invest and buy those. All right, another card I think people really, really do not focus on a lot is, I gotta say this, I think Ancestral Recall. It's a Power 9 card in Unlimited Beta Alpha. I think this card is going to run away to the moon one day. And the reason why I say this is because it is the most, arguably the most powerful, the most famous card in Magic the Gathering, other than the Black Lotus. People will argue, well, Mox Sapphire is more powerful. Fine, it's not. Ancestral Recall, as you know, wins the game in so many ways. It gets you to a position you can get ahead of your opponents, but it's also an iconic image. A guy going, you know, Mark Poole's image, right, is so iconic. The Mayan temple in the background, right? It is so iconic. I know it's not like Monet or something, you know, it's not that kind of art. But in our time, in our world, Ancestral Recall is by far one of the most undervalued Power 9. If you're invested any Power 9, I will tell you, Ancestral Recall, it is the one. Because right now, the way it is, there's prices that have gone down on it. And sure, there's people that want to retail certain prices, but I think Ancestral will probably like go double or triple any Power 9 other than the Black Lotus long term. So you'll have the Lotus and Ancestral Recall. Lotus will obviously be exponentially higher. Ancestral Recall, and then we'll have others in a second. But the Ancestral Recall exponentially will go up way, way more. All right, guys, I just realized I was on high definition. That's why I keep running back, because it's actually the battery life caps it at literally 10 minutes, just like Rudy does his 10-minute videos. So I decided to take it off that, because what's the point? We're not looking at cards, high definition. So, all right, so we were at Arabian Nights, Legends, Antiquities, Ancestral Recall. One thing I think that people really overlook for next year is older packs or graded packs. Something I'm working on with PSA, something cool, is we're trying to offer more graded packs of Magic. But older packs itself have gone up quite a bit, as you know. But I have a feeling that long term, the older packs are going to be a great investment, especially graded packs, because now you'll probably say, well, it's not really necessarily hard to get a nice 9 or an 8 or even sometimes 10s are easy in some of the packs. But that's the thing, is that it doesn't matter though. People just want one of each. And some people just want 4 of each. Or I've had people who want a whole box of graded packs. Why? That's nuts. I think what it is the graded pack market, it's kind of like one of those things where they're sealed by, the PSA only does it, but they're sealed really like they're a hard case. I don't have one with me right now, but they're super hard and sturdy. So they're able to really have a lot of great display value. People really enjoy them to look at. And I think it's like, it kind of gives you that protection and, long-term, like, hey, I'm holding something that's like luxurious, something that can stand the test of time. So I think that over the years, people will start collecting packs, and there'll also be people collecting just packs in general of Magic, of the history of Magic. I think that's just a collecting mentality people will have over the years, because it can also be affordable. People can afford like $100 a pack, even a newer pack, a high grade, right? Graded, because the grading fees alone, they cost, I don't know, $15-20, right? So why not pay $100 for a nice display? It's like a piece of artwork of your favorite pack or your favorite series of packs, or the packs that started Magic with you, whatever it is, right? I can see that as a collecting thing, a nostalgic thing for people to invest in. All right, number 6 in the top 10. This one's kind of hard. I was debating if I should even put this on the list or not, but I really think that I think I should. All right, so this is not actually part of this is old. Okay. All right, this is not an older card thing. I'm just gonna, I won't even put this on the top 10 for us, but I will say any of the Masters sets, the Masters boxes type of things. As you guys know, Wizards did like this iconic Masters, Masters 25, Ultimate Masters, Modern Masters 1, Modern Masters 2, 2015, 2013, 15, and 2017. Did I miss something? I think that's all of it. But Eternal Masters, right? And then they announced they're not going to do those again. The prices have kind of wavered here and there. They've gone up since the very beginning. But I think over time, you will see a doubling of those. And it's not too late to buy them before they double. because they haven't really doubled since their current price or they've gone up. I feel like over time, people are going to use that as a snapshot in time, as that's what the lottery cards were. This is when they did the box topper for Ultimate Masters. So this type of thing represents kind of a nostalgic trend that for you newer investors might want to look into. I'm not going to put that as number 6, but it's not an older set type of thing, but I thought that was a kind of a curveball. All right, number 6 is, well, I think any staple. Staples are really important. What is a staples? I'm not talking about a stapler. I'm talking about anything that is an old school, vintage type of thing. 4-ofs, multiple copies. I think those are always in more demand and have more nostalgic investment, player investment, collectible investment. Doesn't matter if you buy Alpha, you're the high-end Primo version, or if you buy the lower-end 4th edition version. Doesn't matter what it is. I think investing in those copies, Swords to Plowshares, Counterspells, Black Vice. I don't know if Black Vice is necessarily a staple, but it's needed. You'll need 4 of them, right? But those type of cards, are really, really important for the game because it has so much demand for the old school community, but has a lot of nostalgia. So I think if you buy into that and you invest into that, add to positions, you'll have a great return long term. And I think they've gone down for some of them too. So take a look at any of the staples. Another thing I would look at, number 7, is basics. Basic lands have gone down quite a bit since the higher end run, 2017 to 2018. And I said in my videos before that basics one day an alpha basic will be $100 raw. And in fact, I've actually sold alpha basics close to $100 raw. Some of you guys are like, well, why? Well, because they're nice condition. They're not Jet Mint 9.5s, but they're mint. And you could probably still get them, $40, $50 for an island now, graded, because they've gone down. But wait, eventually the values will increase and they'll shoot back up again. And you don't want to be in that position where you didn't buy the volume positions. Buy and add those. So if you find an opportunity to trade for older alpha beta basics, I think there's a lot of opportunity for that. So take a look at that for 2020. Number 8, because you know my favorite number is number 8, is, I think, altars. Okay, so a lot of people don't know what an altar is. I'll just keep it simple. Altars are taking magic cards that having the artist, the original artist, ideally, or have like a famous artist like Eric Klug. He's not the artist of the magic cards, but Eric Klug is one of the best altarists. He's probably the top echelon artist, quality-wise, of altar. And what you could do is have the artist, commission artists to do a drawing of Batman, Superman. I've done a famous altar is a forest, alpha or beta forest by Christopher Rush, and having a black lotus on the altar. And hand painted, right? And it's a kind of a cool thing. People really like them, have them in their decks. They like to play with them as a play set, or every version. They like to grade them, put them in their trade binders. It's really fun. So a lot of people love altars. And as the nostalgia wave continues on with Magic, altars will continually to be one of the top luxury investments. I would say altars are one of the top luxury investments of Magic. That it's probably one of the most unknown luxury investments that a lot of mainstream collectors have known, but they don't really care about. And they don't understand that space. It's almost like putting capital to work in something you don't know, just like misprints and oddities. It's really hard to do it if you don't know who will buy it. And it's slow moving. Now, I'll caveat, it's very, very slow moving. But as an opportunity check, if the artist, God forbid, artists pass away, life goes on, right? Everybody has, things happen. And there's rarer altars, like, certain altarists will only do one of a kind, or one of 5 or, certain types or exclusive things, right? Those investments can be long-term investments. And I think not only can you enjoy it as a gameplay, but you can enjoy it as an investment. It's almost like investing in artwork. It's the same thing why I think artwork is very undervalued still. And of course, number 9 is artwork. As you can see, the Sarah Angel in the back here, this is a Rebecca Gay fine art piece, but it's actually a homage to kind of to the fans. She signed I think it's like bigger than 18 by 24. Really big, oversized Sarah Angel. I think it was from the vault. And she signed it, and she made it in her beautiful, I think it's in gold leaf, silver leaf, and I think it's in not acrylics, but oils and oil on panel. And I think artwork in time may it be like the Gathering books, that people have from the 20th anniversary, to all artist proofs, to sketch cards, to any play mat. I'm talking about anything, any art at any category. Art in general for Magic will always be one of those man, that I met that artist. I went to that Grand Prix, waited 5, 10 minutes, 30 minutes to get a signing or an altar, or I had lunch with that guy, or I had a picture taken. My son, my daughter met that artist, right? That will make that will in time be one of the biggest collectible things for collectors. And that will never end. It's an endless, timeless thing, because people want to be a part of their past, and meeting the people the artists that created the game that we love is actually one of the most special memories. So if you guys have an opportunity to do that at a Grand Prix, Magic Festival, whatever, make sure you do that. Make it a point to say hi to the artist, get some signings, give them a tip, buy some artist proof, take a picture or two. It's gonna be one of those great things you'll appreciate about Magic, especially if you haven't done it before. And buy prints. I think prints are so undervalued. Original art has escaped a lot of the budgets that a lot of people can't afford them. There's art now that are hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not $1 million plus, right? So if you can't afford it, why not buy a print? Like the Black Lotus print, I think it's like $1,000 to $1,500, even $2,000 if it's graded or something. A print, just a print. You could have bought that for $30 or so back when Chris was alive, Christopher Rush. And now it's worth almost over $1,000, signed, hand signed by him. You have to understand that prints are a nostalgic way to connect with the artist, and it's affordable. It's a good value. So always look at that value now, especially it's a win-win for everybody. You help the artists out. You help, you give like a nostalgic memory for your family. You can frame it. It's art. You can, display it, whatever, right? Prints are a great investment and a great way to connect with artists. And the very last thing is number 10, and I've said it, and I've said it, and I've said it before. I've said it before. The best investment I will put on the top of the list always. You're damn right. It's always the Black Lotus. The Black effing Lotus. Seriously, guys. I don't want to go into why, how, where. I want you guys to hear me out. The Black Lotus will always become, and will be, it is, but it will become more one day, even further, the icon of Magic the Gathering, and it still always will. Some people have argued and said, well, Black Lotus, well, kids won't know that long term. Yeah, right. You're fucking wrong. Sorry, my French. You're wrong. The Black Lotus, kids, if you're still watching this video, I'm probably dead. My kids, Nick and Scott, you know that the Black Lotus is the best card. Well, maybe not the best card. Ancestral Recall is the best card. Black Lotus is the most iconic. It is Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, whatever you want to call it. Everybody dreams of owning and playing with their Black Lotus. And that is why the demand is always there for it. Doesn't matter if you're a player, collector, investor. The altars, the artist proofs, the sketch cards, the books, whatever. Anything Black Lotus. It doesn't matter if it's like the Steve Belladin Black Lotus for the Eternal Weekend, or the Chris Ron Black Lotus. Black Lotus, anything Black Lotus. I don't care if they reprint another Black Lotus for Masters 2100. 2100. I'll be dead by then. I will be dead by then. I'm telling you though, they will reprint Black Lotus in some fashion again as a collectible. Buy it. I don't care if it's on a mug, some underwear. I don't care. A robe. I don't care. A toothbrush, a Black Lotus toothbrush. Buy a Black Lotus, because I'm just saying, not only is it a great investment, it is really the symbol of one of the biggest icons it is the icon of what represents Magic the Gathering. And I'm not doing this to sell you guys. You guys already know Black Lotus is the card. I'm doing this because a lot of you doubt what I'm saying. Some of you are questioning, well, why buy all these Black Lotus stuff? I guess you'll have to find out. All right, guys. Hope you're having a great rest of your 2019. You have a great year. That was my top 10. I want to call it top ranking. But 10 things that I think that you should look at for 2020. Boring list because it's the same shit I talk about all the time. But you'll notice there's a lot of things like dual lands. I didn't say anything about dual lands, did I? I didn't say the dark. I didn't say Fallen Empires, Ice Age. I didn't say modern staples. I didn't say that. I said the things that I would look at for 2020. All right, guys. Happy New Year. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for supporting our channel. It means a lot to me that you're enjoying the content we're putting out there. I have a Patreon page that supporters have access to special perks and rewards. Become a supporter at patreon.com/vintagemagic. As a patron, you receive exciting pricing on sealed product, flash sales, annual gifts, and personalized consulting services from me. Again, thank you for subscribing to our videos and supporting the channel. I love meeting players, collectors, and investors all over the world. If you see me at a Grand Prix, please come by and say hi. I would love to meet you. Thank you everyone for your support and friendship. Hey guys, it's me, Daniel with VintageMagic.com. I'm here to share with you more about our deck and set collector fulfillment service. The deck fulfillment service caters to the player. And what that basically means is if you are a player looking to fulfill your old school Magic deck, certain Power 9 or key pieces in your vintage deck, or dual lands in your legacy deck, we have the inventory and the resources to help you fulfill your needs. Next, we have the set collector fulfillment service. This really caters more towards the collector. Oftentimes I've been asked, hey Dan, can you help me find this specific graded card for this set? Or Dan, can you find me these 20 cards left in my beta set? It doesn't matter what you're looking for, even if it's like every single Sarah Angel possible out there, I can help you out. My resources and extensive network in Magic the Gathering, I was able to help thousands of clients all over the world fulfill their needs. I've made it my mission at VintageMagic.com to be your one-stop shop for all your collector needs. For any significant item or collection, we're able to travel anywhere in the world to meet you. The reason why my clients love this service because it saves you time. What happens is collectors and players often search all over online or vendors and they never find exactly what they're looking for. By going to us, we are the only one-stop shop who can help you with your needs. Using our service gets you exactly what you want and saves you time and money.
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.